Okay, our next award is the Marian Opala First Amendment Award, named for the late state Supreme Court Justice Marian Opala. This award recognizes individuals who have promoted education about or protection of the individual rights guaranteed by the First Amendment. The award goes to Kevin Kemper. Kevin's nomination letter stated, after having a career in journalism, Mr. Kemper decided to go into the legal profession. As an attorney, he has taken on some cutting-edge cases that test the limits of government transparency. He's battled a sheriff who stalled production of records by requiring that a requester travel from out of state to pick them up in person. This is an issue that's not expressly addressed by the Open Records Act, but it certainly violates the public policy that underlies the act. Mr. Kemper recently settled a case against the city of Norman and one of its city council members regarding whether the council member was acting as a public official by serving as an administrator of a ward Facebook page and deleting comments that were unflattering to him. After filing the City of Norman lawsuit, the U.S. Supreme Court came out with its decision in Packingham versus North Carolina, in which it held that, quote, foreclosing access to social media altogether thus prevents users from engaging in the legitimate exercise of First Amendment rights, close quote. Mr. Kemper has certainly shown a commitment to educating public officials wherever possible and a willingness to litigate when necessary. Congratulations, Kevin. Would you like to say a few words?
Lito, can everybody hear me? I'm here in Guthrie, Oklahoma. Here's the award. Thank you very much. Very grateful for that. I want to very quickly say first, I'm an amazing company. The other awardees tonight are most deserving, but also this particular award, it was given to Justice Opala, and now it's named for him. And also Bob Nealon, who gave such a wonderful and insightful speech earlier, and the late David McCullough, who we lost last year. I also want to very quickly mention some people who've influenced me. You know, I started when I was 15 years old, almost 40 years ago, as a newspaper reporter while in high school. Larry Giddings, who was my editor at Duncan Banner, and then later he passed away while being an editor at the Weatherford Daily News, really influenced me, as well as my co-chairs for I have a PhD in journalism from the Missouri School of Journalism, as well as a law degree, Sandra Davidson and Charles Davis. But I want to shift gears just for a minute, because there are a couple of very quick points I'd like to make for those of you who are listening. You know, I very much respect people like Bob Nealon and David McCullough, who represent and have represented many of major media here in Oklahoma and beyond. But most of my clients are individuals. Most of my clients are people who want records, and they talk about issues on social media. They get censored by the government. They get jammed up with getting records that they request. Sometimes they're even some of my criminal defendant clients and other clients who express their feelings online, and then their attempts to censor them. You know, and a lot of my work is in Indian country here in Oklahoma and beyond, licensed in several tribal jurisdictions. You know, there are 39 at least sovereign nations here in Oklahoma. And all of those nations have their own sets of laws and customs and expectations. Just yesterday, I was at a protest outside a tribal hospital where a client of mine was standing up for his free speech, religion, petition, and assembly. Here's what happened. He got in trouble for praying and burning smudge outside the window of his father, who was dying of COVID-19. And he's given me permission to talk about this in public. Here's what I want to say very quickly. Like a lot of others who are part of this organization, I'm allergic to government corruption, regardless of party. Transparency is like a vaccine to protect us from the ongoing political pandemic of government corruption. we need consistent, even daily doses so we don't develop a bad case of government corruption. And so I do my part, my little bit to help out the cause. Very grateful. And very personally, I want to say how much I appreciate my wife, Robin Kemper. Yeah, she's such a blessing. Last night I was so tired after being an attorney. She encouraged me this morning, encouraged me as I got up to go back out into the fight. Very supportive. And we really can't do what we do without the support of people we love. I appreciate people like Michael Ridgway, Andy Moore, and others. So thank you very much, Yakuki, and blessings to everybody, especially the other awardees.